Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Charlie. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing y'all how to make my delicious fried catfish with baked macaroni, green peas, and potato salad. Now, this is a traditional New Orleans meal that is served during Lent season down in New Orleans. It also can be served for other occasions as well. Many home cooks and chefs and organizations serve this meal mostly as a supper plate where you get the fried fish, the baked macaroni, the green peas, and a potato salad. Sometimes they might add a stuffed bell pepper, New Orleans stuffed bell pepper, with a slice of bread or toast, with a slice of cake, and a drink for a certain price. This recipe you can get about 6 to 8 servings, but it is interchangeable where you can make more to serve more, or you can cut the recipe in half to serve less. It's a traditional New Orleans classic meal, absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all what you'll need to make your fried catfish, baked macaroni, green peas, and potato salad. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need 1 1/2 pounds of catfish, yellow cornmeal, all-purpose flour, sugar, large eggs, 2 cans of evaporated milk, 1 pint of heavy whipping cream, mayonnaise, mustard, sweet relish, vegetable or canola oil, salted butter, 1 pound of elbow macaroni, 2 15-ounce cans of sweet peas. And for our cheeses, you will need some shredded Parmesan cheese, 2 8-ounce packages, that's 1 pound total, of mild cheddar, sharp cheddar, or extra sharp cheddar cheese. You will also need 2 8-ounce packages, as 1 pound of Monterey Jack cheese, 2 medium-sized russet potatoes, 2 small lemons, and for our seasonings, you'll need 1 yellow onion, celery, and parsley. For your additional seasonings, you'll need some salt, black pepper, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. If you don't have this, you can use the Zatarain's Creole seasoning or the Snap and Mama Cajun seasoning. You will also need some Chef Paul Prudhomme's Poetry Magic and Seafood Magic. You will also need some granulated onion, granulated garlic, cayenne pepper, and some smoked paprika. And for your tools, you will need a large saucepan or deep fryer. Now, since I'm using the large saucepan, you will also need a thermometer as well. You will also need a cheese shredder, a citrus juicer, a potato peeler, a mesh straining spoon, a whisk, a cooling rack, and to bake your macaroni and cheese, you'll need a regular standard 9 by 13 inch glass or metal pan. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. Chop half of a yellow onion. Next, I'm going to rinse off my celery, fresh parsley, and lemons off with cold water. Chop 2 ribs of celery. Here I have my fresh parsley. Chop the parsley up really fine until it resembles coarse crumbs. Alright, here we have our russet potato with a potato peeler. Peel 2 medium-sized russet potatoes. Cut the russet potato in half. Cut the russet potato into small bite-sized pieces. Alright, I placed my potato cubes into this large bowl. I'm going to fill the bowl up with cold water. The water line should cover the potato cubes. Add 1 capful of vinegar right on in there. Take your hand and move the potato cubes around in the vinegar and water solution. This will help clean the potatoes and prevent them from turning brown. Let this soak for 8 to 10 minutes. Cover the bowl with a lid and drain the bowl. I'm going to fill the bowl up again with water. I'm going to take my hand and move the potato cubes around in the water. Cover the bowl with a lid and drain again. And from there, our potato cubes are chopped, clean, and ready to be cooked. Here I have a cheese shredder. Shred 2 8-ounce packages, that's 16 ounces, 1 pound of mild cheddar cheese. You can also use sharp or extra sharp cheddar cheese as well. And there we go. Place the shredded cheese into your refrigerator. Next, I'm going to shred 2 8-ounce packages, that's 16 ounces, 1 pound total of Monterey Jack cheese. And there we go. Place the shredded cheese into your refrigerator. Alright, here we have our 2 lemons. We're going to cut the lemons in half. Here I have a citrus juicer. Juice 1 or 2 small lemons. And there we go. Alright, let's get started with our catfish. So I place my catfish pieces into the strainer, rinse the catfish pieces off with cold water. Now here's a little tip for you. To get rid of the excess water from the catfish, just take your hand and gently squeeze the catfish. And now release some of that excess water. Okay, I've placed my catfish pieces onto this flexible chopping board. Here I have my freshly squeezed lemon juice with a pastry brush. Brush the lemon juice onto each piece of catfish. Flip the catfish pieces over and brush the lemon juice onto the opposite side of the catfish pieces. Lightly sprinkle some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning and some Chef Paul Prud'homme's Seafood Magic onto the catfish pieces. Flip the catfish pieces over and lightly sprinkle some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning and Chef Paul Prud'homme's Seafood Magic onto the opposite side of the catfish pieces. Take your fingers and gently rub the seasonings into the catfish pieces. Add the catfish pieces into a medium-sized bowl, and any juices left over from the catfish and the seasoning, add that into the medium-sized bowl as well. Cover the bowl with a lid. Let this marinate in your refrigerator for about 4 hours, or if you're a patient guy like myself, let the catfish marinate overnight. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with cooking our potato cubes for the potato salad. So in this medium-sized 4-quart pot, I've added 1 1/2 quarts of water and I've brought it up to a simmer. Add 2 teaspoons of salt. Give this a quick stir. Add your potato cubes right on in there. Give this a quick stir. Let this simmer for 6 to 8 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 6 to 8 minutes now. Taste test your potato cubes to make sure that they are tender. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Add your potato cubes into a strainer. Be very careful as this is very hot. Let the potato cubes cool completely. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with boiling our eggs for our potato salad. So in this medium-sized 4-quart pot, I've added 1 1/2 quarts of water and I've brought it up to a simmer. Here I have 5 large eggs. Carefully add the eggs into the simmering water. Let this simmer for 12 minutes. Alright, it's been about 12 minutes now. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Here I have a medium-sized bowl with 2 1/2 cups of water with some ice. Take a mesh straining spoon and remove the eggs from out of the simmering water and carefully add the eggs into the ice cold water. This is going to help stop the cooking process of the eggs. Let the eggs sit in the ice water for about 10 to 15 minutes. While that's cooling, let's make the green peas. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Okay, so in this medium-sized 4-quart pot, it's really simple. Add 2 15-ounce cans of green peas right on in there, 1/4 cup of chopped yellow onion, 5 tablespoons of salted butter, and 1/4 cup of sugar. Stir all your ingredients together. Let this simmer for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes now, and our green peas are done. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Let the green peas cool for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can also make the green peas 1 to 2 days in advance. Okay, let's remove the shell from our boiled eggs. Here I have a butter knife. Take the end of the butter knife and hit the top and the bottom portion of each boiled egg. That's going to crack the shell. Rinse each boiled egg off with cold water. Take your fingers and gently peel off one side of the egg shell off of the egg. Once you go down further enough, from there you can peel off the whole eggshell from the egg, like how you see here. And from there, our eggshell has been removed from the egg. Take a serrated knife and cut an incision around the egg white and open the egg. We're going to take the egg yolks and place them into the small bowl and take the egg whites and place them onto a large chopping board. Take a knife and chop the egg whites up really fine until they are minced, like how you see here. Okay, in our small bowl with our egg yolks in it, take a spoon and smash the egg yolks up really well. Add a half a cup of mayonnaise right on in there and 2 teaspoons of mustard. Take a whisk and stir this vigorously for 30 seconds or until the mixture is creamy and smooth. Alright, let's assemble our potato salad. So in this medium-sized bowl, I've added my cooled potato cubes right on in there. Add your finely chopped egg whites right on in there. Add 1/4 cup of finely chopped yellow onion, 1/4 cup of finely chopped celery, 1/3 cup of sweet relish, and 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. If you're using dried parsley, only add a half a teaspoon of that in there. Stir all your ingredients together. Add your mayonnaise, mustard, egg yolk mixture right on in there. And for your seasonings, add a half a teaspoon of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning and a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Stir all your ingredients together. Make sure that you stir this really well. And from there, our homemade potato salad is done. Scrape down the sides of your bowl. Spread the potato salad around evenly in the bowl. As a final garnish, lightly sprinkle some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning and some fresh parsley on top of the potato salad. Cover the bowl with a lid. Place this into your refrigerator for about 4 to 6 hours or overnight. For best results, make the potato salad the day before and serve it the next day. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with cooking our elbow macaroni for our macaroni and cheese. So in this large 8-quart pot, I've added 3 1/2 quarts of water and I've brought it up to a simmer. Add 2 teaspoons of salt. Give this a quick stir. Add your 1 pound of elbow macaroni right on in there. Stir all your ingredients together. Let this simmer for about 7 to 12 minutes, stirring occasionally. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Add your cooked elbow macaroni into a strainer. Be very careful as this is hot. Rinse the macaroni off with cold water. Let this cool for 15 to 20 minutes. You can also cook the macaroni 1 to 2 days in advance. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with making our cheese sauce for our macaroni and cheese. So in this medium-sized 4-quart pot, add 2 cups of evaporated milk, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 1/2 teaspoons of granulated onion, 1 1/2 teaspoons of granulated garlic, a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. Take a whisk and stir all ingredients together until combined. Add 6 tablespoons of salted butter right on in there. Give this a quick stir. Once the butter melts, turn your fire down from medium to medium-low heat. Add 1 pound of your shredded, mild, sharp, or extra sharp cheddar cheese, 1 pound of your shredded Monterey Jack cheese, and 1 heaping tablespoon of shredded Parmesan cheese. Stir all your ingredients together. Stir this continuously for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the cheese melts, like how you see here. And from there, our homemade cheese sauce is now ready. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Now if you want to add eggs to your macaroni and cheese, you're going to add 2 large eggs at room temperature into the cheese sauce mixture and take a whisk and stir it until well combined. Take some softened salted butter and spread it along the bottom and the sides of your baking pan. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 375 degrees. Let's assemble our macaroni and cheese. So in this large 8-quart pot, I've added my cooked macaroni right on in there. The macaroni could be at room temperature or cold, it doesn't really matter. Pour your prepared cheese sauce right on in there. Take a large sturdy spoon and stir all the ingredients together. Make sure you stir this really well. And look at how nice and creamy that looks. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Add your prepared macaroni and cheese mixture into your baking pan. Spread it around your baking pan as evenly as possible. To make the macaroni and cheese more even, shake your baking pan. Now it is ready to be baked. Place this into a preheated 375-degree oven on the middle rack. Bake this for 30 to 35 minutes. Alright, it's been about 30 to 35 minutes now for our macaroni and cheese. Let's remove this out of the oven. Let the macaroni and cheese cool for about 40 to 45 minutes before serving. Alright, let's get started with our egg batter for frying our fish. So in this medium-sized bowl, I've added 3 large eggs at room temperature. And to that, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning and 1/4 teaspoon of Chef Paul Prud'homme's Seafood Magic. Take a whisk and stir all your ingredients together until well combined. And for our seasoned cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter, in this large bowl, add 1 1/2 cups of yellow cornmeal, 1 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 3 teaspoons of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, 1 teaspoon of Chef Paul Prud'homme's Seafood Magic, 1 teaspoon of Chef Paul Prud'homme's Poetry Magic, 2 teaspoons of granulated onion, 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic, and 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Stir all your ingredients together. Make sure you stir this really well. If you're using a large saucepan, preheat your fire to medium heat. If you are using a deep fryer, preheat it to 375 degrees. Alright, let's get started with heating our oil for our catfish. So in the large saucepan, I've added 48 fluid ounces of vegetable or canola oil right on in there. If you're using a deep fryer, you want to add the oil according to the instructions on your fryer's manual to determine how much oil to add. Let the oil get hot until the temperature of the oil reaches 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you have a cooling rack with an 11 by 17 inch baking pan underneath it ready before you fry your catfish. Alright, let's get started with battering our catfish. So here we have our catfish. We let it marinate overnight, but I also let the catfish sit out for about 10 to 15 minutes so that way they can come to temperature a little bit. I'm going to take 2 catfish pieces and add them into the seasoned egg batter. Coat the catfish pieces with the seasoned egg batter. Shake the catfish pieces as you want a light coating of the egg batter onto the catfish pieces. Transfer the catfish pieces into the seasoned cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter. Cover the bowl with a lid. Shake the bowl to coat the catfish pieces with that seasoned yellow cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter. You can double dip the catfish pieces by taking the breaded catfish pieces one by one and placing them into the seasoned egg batter, and again coat the breaded catfish pieces with the seasoned egg batter. Carefully transfer the breaded catfish pieces and place them back into that seasoned yellow cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter. Cover the bowl with a lid and shake the bowl to coat the catfish pieces again with that seasoned yellow cornmeal and all-purpose flour batter. This will result in more of a crispier piece of catfish. Lightly shake the catfish pieces as you want a light coating and add the catfish pieces into the hot oil. Only fry 2 at a time. Let this fry for 4 to 5 minutes. Alright, it's been about 4 to 5 minutes now and our catfish pieces are done. I'm going to take a mesh straining spoon and carefully remove the catfish pieces out of the hot oil. I'm going to hold it there for a couple of seconds just to let some of the oil drain. And from there, take the catfish pieces and place them onto a cooling rack with an 11 by 17 inch baking pan underneath it. Let this cool for 5 minutes before serving, and our meal is complete. Here is the final presentation. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Fried catfish with baked macaroni, green peas, and potato salad, made by a New Orleans native. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. I have an official website for all of my recipes, including this one. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's taste test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to go eat and take a bite. I don't know where to start. I'm going to start somewhere. Let's start with the catfish first. Now for the baked macaroni. Green peas. And the potato salad. Oh yes. Y'all, this meal is a winner every time. I mean, the catfish had a nice little crunch on the outside, well seasoned. Oh, and the green peas was sweet and buttery. The macaroni and cheese has a nice cheese flavor, nice and creamy too. Not dry and oily like some of y'all macaroni and cheeses. And the potato salad, I tell y'all this is very simple, well seasoned with that little hint of relish, give it a little hint of sweetness. Absolutely delicious. So give this recipe a try. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.